Hey, so today I'm going to talk about this pretty lesser known class in PHP that also comes inbuilt, and this class is pretty underutilized and not many people knows about it. So this class is called NumberFormatter class, and this class can be used to convert a number to local specific strings. So there are a number of things that you can do with this class. I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do with it, so stick around. So first of all, we need to instantiate an instance of this class. So for that we can use the constructor of this class, and we can pass couple of arguments. So the first argument is the local, that in which we want to convert our string to, and the second argument is the option. So there are a host of options that I'm going to show you later, but let's see what is so the first one is called padding position. Okay, so what this option does is when you specify a number, a big number, a pretty big number to it, it will shorten it for you. So let me show you how this works. So first of all, we need to call this the instance, and on this instance we can call this format method, and in this we can pass our number which we want to convert to. Okay, so let's say we pass 1000. Okay, and if we now run it, see it says 1k, so that means this is 1000. Now if I increase one more zero over here and run it, it says 10k. If I add one more zero, so in that case it will be 100k. But check this, if I change this local to in, so that is India specific local. Okay, so now if I run this, check what happens. So it says 1L, that means 1 lakh. As you can see, this number formatter class converts the string based on what we provide as in local. So this is how it works. So let's say we change this to fr, and if we run it, it says 100k once again, because that's how it is represented in French local you can say. Now there is one more option that you can use, is called spell out. So it literally spells out the number for you. So for instance, let's say we pass in 10 over here. Now if we run this, it says 10, and if we pass, let's say 1 2 3, so it will be 123. And let's change this to an US and see what happens. It still says 123. It even spells out a long number like this. 123,555,555,555. Okay, so apparently this it can spell out the number, that any number that you can throw at it. Now let's see what happens when we change a local. So let me change this to 100,000, and let's change this to Indian local once again, and let's run it. So it says 1 lakh, because in India this number is represented as 1 lakh. But if we change this to an US and run it, same number is represented as 100,000. Okay, so this is pretty great. it basically converts a number to a string counterpart, or the spelling counterpart of the number. Now the third thing that this number formatter class does is you can specify a number as a currency. So currency, you can specify it like this, and now if we run this, you can say it appends the currency symbol of this locale. Also it will format the number based on the locale that you have given to it. If we change this to, let's say, India, and run it, as you can see, it has appended the rupee symbol. Let's say if we change it to FR, run it, it says euro now. Now I have got a list of locales over here that we can use. So for instance, let's use this Japanese locale, okay, and we'll replace it with that. And now if we run it, it says yen, okay, and it has also formatted a number based on the Japanese locale. So this is pretty great. Now the third thing that it can do is you can represent a number in a scientific form. So let's say scientific, okay. So now if we run this, it says 1e5, so that basically means 10 raised to 5. So when you want to specify or represent a number in a scientific form, you can use this scientific option, or you can say scientific constant here. Now the last thing that I want to show you is this number formatter class can also represent a number in a time duration form. So that is called duration, okay. And what this does is when we specify a number, let's say 60, so what it will do is it will represent this 60 in form of a minute, okay. So if we run it now, it will say 60, okay. But if I change this to an US and we run it, it says 1, so that means that this is 1 minute. And if we, let's say, change this to 200 and run it, it says 3 minutes 20 seconds, okay. So this is how it can represent a number in a time format. So these are some of the things that you can do, but there are more options that you can try out. So for instance, over here, as you can see, there are a number of things that you can do, but what I have shown is just a gist of what this class can do. As you can see, this is a pretty powerful class and can come in pretty handy. But there is a caveat that you need to know about is when you want to use this class, there is a prerequisite, and that is you need to install the intl extension in PHP. So this is a prerequisite, and you need to install it beforehand before using this number formatter class. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you like this video, and if you do, consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.